What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on the channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. Links in the description below. Check them out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's jump into another answering your Splinterlands comments and questions video. We're just gonna go in. I'm trying to do these more regularly so that I can get through a lot more of this backlog. But I appreciate all of you for leaving comments and doing my best to get to as many of them as possible. So, first one here is from Architect about the 100K Bitcoin video that I did. Splinterlands needs Captain FOMO back. You know, I agree. I mean. I do miss the FOMO, that Aggie brought, because the thing is, during a bear market, when you're bringing that, it's just like, it just doesn't land well, right? It just doesn't fit. But now is the time that we need Captain FOMO. And it doesn't necessarily need to be Aggie, but we need somebody who's going to be Captain FOMO. It's not going to be me. I'm Papa Bear, right? So, like, we need somebody out there who's going to be Captain FOMO for this project. And, yeah, I mean, Aggie's great. I hope that he can jump in at some point, and whatever bad blood that might still be there, or however all that went down. Once all the candles start turning green, I hope that he'll come back and be a big part of the Discord experience at least. But we'll see how that goes. Mr. Chapmeister says means nothing. LOL. Mr. Chapmeister, thanks for coming back. It's good to see you again. We're getting the bears coming back now. Now that the bull market is in full effect, we're getting more of the bears come out. So welcome back. Dwayne says, great response to my comment. You're 100% right. Bitcoin is savings. Truth. Yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. We can all treat Bitcoin differently. Some people like to speculate. I just don't view it that way. But to each their own. So Yvonne says, all the people whining that they should have bought Bitcoin when it was $100 or less than $100, well, just buy whatever will 1000x now. Easy. Just know. Easy. Just like you could have known about Bitcoin back then. Okay, so I think this is a little tongue-in-cheek here. But yeah, I mean, there's opportunities to make money in lots of different places. You just have to do your research, have a little conviction. I don't know how easy 1000x's are to come. Let alone like 100x or something like that. But, if we're getting into a bull run, there will be money flowing, and it's just a matter of knowing when to buy and when to sell. What's the main mantra, right? Not financial advice, but generally you should buy low and sell high. So hopefully you guys will follow something similar to that. All right. Thank you, International Travel Channel and Snowballs, for the comments. Appreciate you guys. We'll get these two here. And then Trat says, I'm nervous. SPS is just at 1 cent when Bitcoin is almost 100K. This is when I was saying I was nervous about SPS hitting 10 cents because that would signal our previous all-time high from a market cap perspective. So, yeah, I'm not necessarily nervous, but I get where you're coming from. So Keek says, next time you do a video like this, which is about the reverse SPS flywheel, you should include Glint earnings and the Glint energy purchase. I'm finding my wins get me about what it costs for energy, so it's almost at neutral now. I think we don't need a 2-cent SPS. So once again, Keek, it looks like they really want me to give you one of these AI answers here. But you're absolutely right, because after posting this video and talking about it with Vet, who's one of the top players, I found out that you can only buy like 25 additional energy per day, and it doesn't matter what you use, Glint, DEC, or credits. And the thing is, they have so much Glint that they're always just going to use Glint. So this reverse SPS flywheel mechanism is it's not going to be as strong as I thought it would be. I think there will still be some opportunities, mainly for players who don't necessarily have players who don't have or who aren't earning as much Glint but might be earning a decent amount of SPS. Again, I'll have to run the numbers on that and see where people are at. But at this point in time, it might not be, the 1.2 cents that I was talking about. And we might need to wait for that to go a little bit higher. But either way, that will exist at some point for, the layman player, the casual player. But at this point, we're not quite there yet. So it looks like we might be waiting a little bit longer for that to kick in, or we may just have to wait for the actual flywheel where we burn SPS for DEC once DEC is back up at peg. All right, Keegs also says, pretty much where my thoughts ended like 6 to 9 months ago, and slowly been getting it set up how I want. And this is in regards to my video about land. I really should go and buy some more land. It's like $12. I don't know why. I mean, I'm just thinking, I keep thinking about it, and it's like, I should just do it. Even if I don't set it up now, it'll just be good to have for like the future. So the price of grain is already reversing, says Erroneous. This is on the land video as well. My guess is that guys that primarily farm SPS and research are going to load up on grain before the 1.75 release. I have 32 plots up and running, selling grain regularly, and 9 million in the grain LP. Wow, nice. You know what's interesting? I usually sell my grain just because I don't care. I just sell it and turn it into DEC and buy cards or buy SPS or whatever with it. But the most recent harvest that I did, I was like, screw it. Let me just throw it in the LP and see what happens. Right. And again, it's not that much, but we're talking about like 40,000 grain. It's not a lot. So I think I may just start doing that regularly now and building up a grain position through the LP. So we'll see how that goes, because mainly I want to see how well the tracking for fees is going to be on these LPs. That's something that Cryptomancer is working on for 1.75. So if he's able to track that effectively, then what would be nice is like, okay, well, I just throw things in the LP, and then whenever I need it, I could just go grab out whatever the fees I earned are, and then use that to either, buy more land or build up my other land plots or buy cards or whatever the case is. Because I think that's my long-term goal. Like, I want land to just kind of feed itself. That's why I'm saying, like, I can just go and buy like a couple of land plots right now, and then slowly and steadily, take that grain, sell it for whatever I need, whether it's DEC, get the other land plots up and running. I don't know. This is just kind of like my long-term like strategy, where it's like there's no rush. Like, it's just there's no rush. I'm just gonna rock and roll with it for the long haul. But we'll see how it goes. Level of Life says, take a look how much grain there is in total versus what's sitting in accounts. There are some whales with massive grain holdings. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I know there's leaderboards there that I have not even checked. Aroni says, yeah, you're right. They have a huge amount. It will take time to eat through it. It will be kind of like the same situation we have now with all those bot accounts. But you know what? I mean, here's the thing. They're going to need the equivalent amounts of wood, stone, and iron, right? So I think that we might eat through it a little bit faster than people are expecting, but we'll see. Bananas said, I didn't buy any more land, but I have started working on some plots that I was leaving dormant. I've also started saving up grain, so that's my version of being bullish on land. Land is seeming like a more realistic way for me to get into the game, as all these powerful cards keep getting released and I don't have the money to buy any of them. My deck is only going to be less and less competitive. I may end up taking back a lot of the DEC I've put into land now in order to put it into California. I'll have to do some tossing around of assets. We'll see. Interesting. Well, yeah, like I said, my thought process with land, similar to what you're doing now, it's like there's no rush. It's just I'm going to buy land and I'm just going to build it out over the long haul. Like if it takes me forever, I don't want to put like extra capital outside of like maybe buying a couple of land plots. So it's like if it's just like slowly and steadily, I take my extra cards, throw them on these land plots, extra DEC, work whatever I can. And then like as I earn more, just like slowly let this thing compound over time and see what happens. Okay, Joffrey says, ILV at $70. That play to airdrop played out beautiful. Amazing. Both Tails and Joffrey. Happy for you guys. Very happy for you guys. Although, we were looking at the ILV market cap, and ILV suffered the same kind of inflation that SPS and pretty much every other gaming token did. So happy that you made some good cash on that, and I hope I haven't jumped into Illuvium in like months at this point, so maybe I got to check it out, just like every other game. All right, Pomp says, if they can get land to work like Forge of Empires, I would be happy. I'm unfamiliar with that game, but sounds cool. I hope they're able to do whatever it is to make you more more into land. Yvonne says, bringing Splinterlands content every single day, except on the days when it's not every single day, then we don't. Yes, indeed. So I'd take some time off. I'm not going to be shy about that. I took some time off over the holiday, and I probably will take some time off over the upcoming holidays. So yeah, it's every single day when I feel like it, and that's just how it goes. But still trying to bring you as much as possible, which hopefully is enough. International Travel Channel, thank you so much for the comment. Snowballs says, need to get mine maxed. This is Final Call from Mana Warden. Thanks for the video. I would have missed this. I get most of my Splinterlands news updates from you. Well, I feel honored, and I hope that the content is helpful, and glad to see that it is. All right, Snowballs also says, new players coming in Chaos seems like the obvious set for them to buy. Yeah, but it's only going to be in Modern for a couple of more seasons. Like 7 seasons to be exact, and then all of a sudden we're in April, right? So I don't know. This is going to be an interesting time to bring in new players. I don't know what the appetite is going to be like for new players coming in, knowing that the cheap cards that they can buy are not going to be ones that will be in Modern for much longer, and all of a sudden they're going to have to pay the 2,000 DEC. That's going to be a little interesting. My hope is that it pushes a lot of sales into Rebellion, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, Rebellion ends in what, 12 days? So yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a wild time early next year. Let's go ahead and hide that. Seems like a scam. All right, let's do a couple more. How far are we into? Oh, we're only 10 minutes. Okay, we can do a bit more then. All right, Last Hope says it's the gold foils that have recovered a bit. Well, yeah, I guess people are either prepping for land or prepping for the hardcore mode, right? Because those gold foils have half the cooldown time. Thank you, International Travel Channel and Snowballs. Apollo says, love this card. Very underrated. I love putting it behind the taunt monster. That's for Mana Warden. Same here. Love putting it behind. I love using it with Iziar. Iziar and what's the other taunt unit for the fire element? Idri Fire. Both of them are fantastic as just like a little bit of a combo. All right, Jobby Saints says, I do hope the next voucher exclusive card would be epic. New debilitation with awesome stats. Well, we still don't know yet, so hopefully we'll find out more. But it sounds like it's gonna be what did we learn today? I think it's Dragon, and they mentioned something about Rebirth in the little teaser. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you, International Travel Channel. All right, Dwayne says pettiness isn't a good look, but I'm so looking forward to saying I told you so when Chaos Legion relative scarcity is outdone by demand. That time is coming, and Tails is looking forward to that day as well. Oh, it looks like my mouse just died. Okay, we'll have to use the laptop mouse. All right, recovery is all a matter of perspective. We're never going to see a 35-cent Pellicor bandit. Yeah, I know. You know what, Mitchell? You're right. I mean, you're absolutely right about that. I highly doubt we're ever going to see a 35-cent Pellicor bandit again. It would have to be like Splinterlands would have to be printing money at that point, and we would just have to not have like any more Pellicors. Like, keep in mind that 20,000 Pellicor bandits, we can have a maximum of 20,000 Pellicor bandits. So we would need to have more than 20,000 players each trying to claw and get as many Pellicor bandits as possible, or 20,000 accounts that want a max copy. I think we're quite far from that. Known for knowledge says, last week you're bearish, this week you're bullish, flip-flop. Indeed. Any way the wind blows, my friend. All right, so Banana says, oh, dang, I missed the party. It's all good. Yvonne says, 25 seconds. It's the sweet spot. Yes, indeed. Wild matches in lower level, either pairing is slow or rating difference is huge gap after your report. My guess is bots moved away from wild or consolidation process in the making. Oh, interesting. Okay. I wonder what's going on there. But you know what? We are seeing almost parity at the amount of battles between both wild and modern. So wild seems to have gotten more difficult for my bot as well. It seems like there's not as many lower level bots. So this is actually a very good insight here. Pray to Rhea. So thank you for that. It's something I hadn't thought about. I mean, I just noticed that my bot was struggling, but I think it's probably the removal of all these lower level accounts, and I'm just going up against higher level accounts. Thank you, RK3000 or 30,000. All right, Mitchell says, I wouldn't mind Chaos Legion dropping more. I wouldn't mind grabbing a bunch of sub $10 gold foil legendaries. It's making me grain. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, here is another scam. So let's just hide that. And then we'll just do two or three more here. All right, so thank you, International Travel Channel. Pilox says, I'm amazed at how deep the pockets of SPL whales are. I am surprised too. There are people that really enjoy spending money or have a tremendous amount of conviction in this game. It is frightening and heartwarming to see. It's like frightening and encouraging to see. I don't know how to take it quite yet, but yeah, we've seen that all throughout the bear market. People spending crazy amounts of money. All right, so Caller, let's see, Calahart. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope they implement hardcore survival, quadruple rewards, but losers' cards get burned, or double rewards and get 20% DEC value from the losers' burns. I mean, that would be hardcore mode. I don't think we'll ever see something like that. It would be cool if there was a game mode or like a challenge mode where you could do something like that, or it's just like, you play it safe, and it would, where it would actually be kind of fun is if you just do it in bronze level, See, everybody plays with only single BCX cards. That's something that they should have done a while ago. I would have thrown some SPS from the Dow towards that game mode if we had just had something where it's like it's novice level only, so it's just one BCX cards. Your team is going to cost you like 5 to 7 cents, right? And then or whatever, 5 to 10 cents, and then you can go in and fight and you lose your cards or you earn some SPS. I don't know. Something like that would have been interesting. Leander says, if you win the match, you can only reuse the monsters that survive. That is a good point. But if you win the match, so yes, you're right. I think my main focus is not on units though, because the limiting factor is always going to be, what's that called? Summoners. So that's something that I want to dig into a little bit more. I might have a video coming out with more numbers about the summoners, because the last one that I talked about, we didn't have very many, it's just like the soulbound summoners were so high in circulating print. So I just felt like they should not be included. But if we don't include them, even if we don't include them, I think the numbers are still a little bit high, and I'm going to show that in an upcoming video. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will try to jump in and do more comments in the future, because obviously there's a bunch here that I would still love to get to as well. But enjoying the format, enjoying the fact that you guys are engaging with the channel like this, and hope you guys are enjoying these videos. That is all I have for you guys. I'll catch you all on the next one and see you around the game. Take care.